I give you my heart.
Hey guys, well, the Smart 3 came in early. It came in at 9 o'clock. I can't believe it, man. They usually don't come till the evening time, like 3 to 6, somewhere around in there. So I was like, damn, I had to put it in at the end of the day, which usually sucks if I have to work Monday, because by the time I get it in, it gets late and then dark, and then I can't really test stuff and the right way. And the next day, I'm at work, you know. But I got this Monday off, so I'm able to get all this set up, and I'm able to do it early. But anyway, here it's like 11:44 because I had a few things I had to do this morning. I opened this up, but let me turn this thing down some. Here it is. This one's brand spanky, so let's put this box over here. Well, let me put it over here with all the other boxes. I got a ton of boxes in my closet in the house too. Look at all that crap, man. But wild, man. There's the sundown. Told you guys I fixed it up. Now that tape won't be hitting it. They're soldered. The wires are soldered to the tensile lead and all. I'm gonna put that in that box there today and hook it up and see how it sounds also. But here's the Smart for you fellas. And there's the warranty thing. What sucks, and I wrote Taramps, which I have a video on it where they had sent me a clip monitor and stickers, because the last one I got didn't have that with it. This one didn't have no stickers and no manual again, and this is brand new. For over $300 that I paid, it should have had that stuff. But anyway, here's the amplifier. As far as I can tell, all the set screws, this is a brand new amp. Still got the plastic underneath here on the LED and stuff, so that's good. This better not be used. Anyway, let's get it out of the plastic. Alright, it's out. Yeah, this is definitely brand new. It's still got the, I'll show you. I don't want to scratch it all up brand new, but I need it on here really. See, it's got the plastic by Taramps to put a seal over the power and ground. Look at the fan blades. Make sure they're good. They look to be good. I do love this amp. That's why I got it again. I regretted selling the other one to Marcus. It's got the plastic over here off the speaker inputs as well. I'm really stoked about it. Like I said last night, if you see on here, where's the low pass? Right here. See, the low pass says 90, but that Pioneer unit I can turn it down to 63, which is awesome. So I'm gonna be able to dial this thing in the right way in this time. This one accepts 4-volt RCA input, so I'll be okay. I think that Pioneer's only puts out 2, but you got the sub out the rear, and you got to set that right. So I'll have to reset it after I hook it up. I have to do a multimeter and everything. Actually, this one, the gain knob looks a little bent on this one. Hope that ain't broke. Yep, it looks bent down. See that? It's not lined up. I mean, it's turning fine, but I don't really like the fact that that's bent already. I don't really want to mess with that too much. That's the one thing, another reason why I got rid of the other one, because the way these things are built, they just mass produce them and throw them together. But that gain knob is definitely not lined up right. It's tweaked down. I'll see when I hook it up if that's a problem, but it feels like it works right. It's just when they put it in, they must have soldered it in crooked. Yeah. See what I'm saying? But it's pushed down, so. Hopefully that ain't a problem. But anyway, still got the label on there. I don't like that. These things put out power. They're built cheaply though. The Skar is definitely built better, you know. And I don't think that the RPs are the ultimate amplifier. But one thing I will give Skar is that the RPs are the cheaper line, but it's a 2,000 watt amp. That's what it's rated at. And it puts out 2,000 or more, a little more. So it does rate it or more. You can't say that about every amp. You know, at least it ain't got stuff written all over it like 6,000 watts, you know, and then it only puts out like 500. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of amplifiers out there that are like that. So, you know, at least Skar doesn't do that. If they sell you something and what they say it's rated, that's what it does. That being said, this amplifier here puts out definitely like 1,000 more watts than the RP does. Plus, it does it at 2 ohms and 1 ohm. So, if you got box rise, you won't have to worry about it with this. My 2 subs are 1,500 RMS. Combined, that's 3,000. So this is a perfect match for them. But when I had the other Smart 3, I only had 110. And I had hooked up the NVX 12 at the same time that I had the 10 hooked up, and I had it brought down to 1 ohm, but they were both in separate boxes, 2 different size subs. One was a 12, one was a 10, and there were 2 different manufacturers, NVX and American Base. So, you know, it's not going to be like it is now. This should sound really good today, as long as this amp's fine and works fine. So I'm not even going to take none of this plastic off, except for this parts, until I hook it up and make sure this amplifier, even though it's brand new, works good. So let's get on that. I guess I'll play a song real quick with the Skar, and then I'll play the same song with this Taramps, and we'll compare them. Alright guys, this is just going to be with just the Skar hooked up. Do a little test, see how it sounds. I actually got the app turned up like I always do for the Skar, so I don't know if I can do that with the Taramps, because you can only send so much signal to those through the RCAs. When I turn the dB on this down, it doesn't really hit that hard, so maybe that's what people are talking about. Let me show you. See here, this is 10 decimal. If I turn it down to 0, which I don't know if this sends a clip signal or not, probably does, but so if you put it on 0 for the sub, now I'll play it. Volume's at.
Sit back and relax. You are about to get rustified.
It sounds good, but it's not got that much bass if I turn that dB down. Now watch when I turn it up.
Facts, nigga, I'm tryna be like the truth.
Alright, now let's hook up the Taramps. Same song, same volume, everything. It's gonna take me a few seconds to get it hooked up. But that setting on that app for that Pioneer, when you turn up the dBs, that's the only way that the Skar is able to even sound good. You know, like you have to add that. I think it's like almost like a bass boost. I'm not for sure, but you know, I never use bass boost, but with that Skar, that would be the only way that it would actually hit hard. So maybe that's what people's talking about. Maybe when they hook the Skar RP2000 up to their system, they don't have the Pioneer head unit like I got, so they're not able to turn it up. And you know, without turning that up, it definitely does not hit. Now I know the Taramps will. because I had it hooked up to that dual receiver, and it hit real decent. You know, so I don't know if I could turn that up on that Taramps. I don't know if I want to risk that. I might just have it at 0. But I do want to do the test the same. I'll do both things just like I showed you. This song, it has mediocre bass. We'll try a few different songs. We've already heard other songs in this car with the Skar, so we'll see with the Taramps. Let me get on it. Alright guys, it took me a while to get it done because I took everything out of the car. Plus, I'm out here in the field. I had everything out here on the ground. And every day I got a day off, it freaking rains for some reason. But so I had to move everything under the carport and set it up that way. I got the clip monitor right here. I got to hook it up on here. I got to take the bass knob out. I might have to get an RCA bass knob for this thing. But I tested it, and my goodness, it's like night and day. This thing's so powerful. I had to go on the audio settings for the Skar on the rear sub out. Remember, I showed you guys that I had it up to 10 dB, which probably introduces clipping and all that. I can't do that on this. I have to have it at 0, because if I put it on, I could put it up to 3 if I wanted, but I go any higher than that, it starts clipping. I start seeing it on here. So, but you don't need it. You don't need it with this amp, man. You know, and look, I got the cutoff rate at 63 Hertz, so that fixes that problem with the 90. I redid the wiring on the 6.5 inch mid-range too. I ain't got the front ones hooked to an amp. They're just, well, they're hooked to the factory amp, so it's okay. I'm not gonna bother wiring up that other amp that I got, that other 2-channel, that dual, because of the fact that you know, it's really a waste of time. I don't want a bunch of amps, but I really ain't got the room, and I don't want to run more power wires and all that crap. I'm just gonna turn around and get me a 4-channel amp, and then I'll run wires from through here, you know, running under the panels to the back, and do it that way. I'll just hook a 4-channel amp up, get a nice one, you know. Makes more sense. Let me show you how I got it set up before I show you the difference in the sound. I had to take that other board out. I had to redo everything, you know. I cleaned up that nest a little bit the best I could, so I got that hooked in better. But you can hear the fan going. It's only barely warm, and I just played a couple songs testing it out to set it and everything. But I couldn't put, the one thing I couldn't do, I couldn't put the reducers for the 6 gauge onto into the speaker inputs, because they're too close together. That's one thing I don't like about this amp. But you know, it accepts 6 gauge wire. You see I got it in there. So, but you know, it's a little cramped. I got the fuse thing here. My fuse blocks, I changed the fuse. I put a 150 amp fuse instead of the 200, because that's what they recommend. But it definitely sounds way better. So let me put that same song on, and then we'll check out a couple other songs that I've played before a couple days ago with the Skar, and you guys be the judge. I think I had the Skar at 46, but it really ain't fair to this, because like I said, I got the rear sub, the decimals off. I had that up to 10 for the Skar, so but I'm able to turn the volume up more on this without distortion from the head unit. So we'll do that. I'll show you how it gets, and we'll try out some different songs. Hell yeah. Let's check out some other songs. I'm telling you, man, this thing hits way harder. Smart 3 is the way to go, dudes. Hell yeah. Rain is spoiling this shit, man. Damn. I'll have to do one tomorrow if it don't rain, I guess. It's crazy, man. Every freaking time I got a day off, this happens. Anyway, let's check out one more, I guess, before it starts raining real hard.
This is a public service announcement. DJ Rusticles cannot be held responsible for a broken body panel. voices.
Hell yeah, boy. Taramps doing the thing.
Making beats for the streets and ladies screaming in the seats. It's DJ Rustico.
Hell yeah.
Swinging.
can't die, my boo-boo's about to have my baby. I think it's too late for praying. Hold up, my boy spoke to me, and it's only for the baby. I got my mama and my daddy and my homies in my corner. It's gonna take a miracle, let's say, for me to walk again and talk again. But anyway, I get done it so easy to get back on my feet. And everything that nigga said came to reality. Living like a bowler, having much. Now I'm moving in the nine trends, ain't held that ass, fucking deep. Agree, proceed to smoke weed. Never have a want, never have a need.
I pray the Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord, my soul to take.
Rolling on the great goose shack, go from head to toe. 25 with an Izzo with nowhere to gizzo. I know them niggas from the other side.
Murder was the case that they gave me.
Alright guys, this rain's killing it. I can only do so much out here. Plus my car's starting to get a little hot sitting here. I played it a little bit before I did the demo. But as you can see, that Taramps, man, it's blowing this RP2000 out the water. So I'm happy I got it again. It's definitely flexing my roof and doing more things than the Skar was. I still need to fine tune everything a little better. You know, I couldn't do much with this the way this day is, but I think I got quite a bit done. So I gotta get out this field, get underneath the carport. Hold on, this thing's gonna jam, I know it. Let me turn the volume down on it. The only thing is you can hear them fans on that dang Taramps. I knew it. So, but I'm happy with it, man. That's way better. So, what do you guys think? I played a couple songs I played the other day. That way you guys can compare. So, you can smell that new amp burnt smell. But it ain't clipping or nothing, man. It wasn't clipping at all. I gotta hook that clip monitor up somehow. I don't know if I got time to do that shit today. But I recommend the Taramps Smart 3 over the Skar RP2000. But I like the RP2000 too. The only thing is I had to turn up the dB on that app. So imagine if I turned the dB up on the app for the Taramps. I couldn't do it though because it starts clipping. So that just tells me that when I was running the Skar that I was running a clip signal. So couldn't really tell because you ain't got a clip monitor. I only had a bass knob. But that's the only way that I could get the Skar to sound good, you know, by doing this. Let me show you guys again. Hopefully this thing's connected. Well, this thing don't always connect. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. If you just start the car fresh, it does. Hold on, watch, I'll show you. Let me turn it off. I won't start the car, I'll just turn the power on it. should kick right on, but there it goes, see? Alright, now as you can see, I got the decimals at 0. Now when I had the Skar hooked on it, I had to turn that up to 10 to get it to hit nice. I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. This I have to put on 0, and it's hitting harder at 0 than the Skar is on 10. So that just goes to show you how much more powerful the Taramps is. Anyway, we'll do a little better one. Hopefully the weather's better tomorrow. We'll check it out a little more tomorrow. It always freaking rains when I've got a day off, but I got tomorrow off too, so hopefully it's better out. Anyway, that's all for tonight, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for everybody sticking with me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Late.